Yeah, so good morning and welcome to another session. And in the last session, we learned about Yoga Sutra 1.1. Anybody remembers what was the first Yoga Sutra which we revised? Hmm? It was Atha Yoga Anushasanam. Now, the practice of yoga starts with self-discipline. Now, Maharshi Patanjali places a lot of importance on now. That when you decide that is the right time. So right time was not 20 years ago or when you were born. The right time is when you decide it's time to change. So that's why the importance of now. Today we are going to learn about Yoga Sutra 1.2, which defines what is yoga. So yoga doesn't mean just doing your asanas and pranayams and the kriyas and the meditations and you feel that you are a yogi. So Maharshi Patanjali right away, there are 196 sutras, and in the second sutra itself, he explained the meaning of yoga. So as per Maharshi Patanjali, the sutra goes as Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodh. I'll share in the group the Sanskrit word. It is Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodh. So let's break down this. So first he says, what is yoga? So yoga means yoga. Chitta. Any idea what is chitta? Anyone? What does chitta comprises of? Okay. Namit is pointing towards this. So Namit, what does this mean? You can unmute yourself.
Your mind, your man. So, what do you think?
Yes. Okay. Pooja Vidhi is saying heart. Okay. Namit is saying mind. Anyone else? Any other viewpoint? Waves in the mind. Okay. So she's saying that there are certain waves in the mind. Maybe thoughts, if I can. Yeah. Anybody else? What does chitta means? You guys are very close. Okay. See, uh, chitta doesn't mean only the mind.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. And the
Yeah.
chitta, according to me, it means the mind which has no memory, without any
Okay.
thinking,
Okay. So,
without any
yeah.
thoughts.
Okay. So it is in it mind without any thoughts. Okay. Anybody else? What is chitta? The chitta is the total personality complex. Okay. It's just doesn't just include mind or the heart or like if I said the thoughtless mind or mind without thoughts. That is actually there is a no actual English word for chitta. Okay, so it means the total mind, body, spirit complex. Okay, so yoga, chitta, vritti. So vritti, like Muktadi said, waves. Okay, so our mind is constantly or chitta. I loosely use the word mind because there is no actual translation. So there are constant waves in our mind. There are constant waves. Okay, they are fluctuating. Are you able to look at me? Because am I audible? Great. No, some other screen popped up, so that's why I asked. Yeah. So yoga chitta vritti. Vritti means modifications, and nirodh means control or regulate. Okay. So where does asanas and pranayam come in this? What we see that yoga is about asanas and pranayam. But see, asanas and pranayam are important. It's not that they are not important, but they are not the end in itself. Okay, so the eightfold path, what he prescribed for a yogi, for a householder, how we can, because we are not sannyasis or we cannot run away from this world and go to Himalayas and just sit there and meditate and say that I am a yogi. That is also not a yogi. So what a yogi is when you follow that path. So if you want to become a true yogi, if you want to become a true yogi, the first path to attaining that is self-study. Okay, so what yoga Maharshi Patanjali speaks about in the first two limbs of yoga is yamas and niyamas. This we will learn in detail going forward. These are very deep topics because yamas also has five constituents, niyamas also has five constituents. This we'll learn in detail in future sessions. But it all starts with self-discipline, like we discussed that day, Anushasan, self-discipline. So it includes everything, Satya, Ahimsa. These things are both the foundations of yoga, truth and non-violence. Then comes Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya doesn't mean only regulating of your sex organs or moderation in sex, but it includes moderation in everything that we do, including your food, including your work, including your lifestyle, everything that we do. There should be certain moderation in that. Then comes asteya, non-stealing, and aparigraha, not clinging to life. So it's a very deep science. Yoga is a science, isn't it? The science of human mind. So yoga is all about how you can control that fluctuations of the mind. So one step I told is self-study. That you go deep. So they say a yogi should always journal. They should always. Previously, obviously, there was no writing and reading. So they used to like meditate and reflect. But in the modern day and age, a very effective tool to achieve that state of mind is daily practice of journaling. So I taught a very simple practice of journaling to you guys a few days ago, the 3-2-1 method. Remember everybody what is 3-2-1 method? Let me see who remembers. Yeah. Pooja Rungta is nodding her head. So Pooja, what is the 3-2-1 method that I taught about journaling?
The three positive things which happen during the day, two things where you feel that you could have behaved in a another way, like 2 points of improvement, and one gratitude.
One, gratitude. So see what this will do now. You are just going deep into your psyche by daily practice of journaling. Because see, unless you do, nothing will happen. Why people still feel that they are, in spite of attending all the classes maybe, or in spite of knowing so much, we all know everything, but still you are not able to control. When the actual life situation comes, some trigger comes, some junk food comes in front of you, somebody says something at work, in terms of your many things, all aspects of life, we feel that things are not in control here, I'm not feeling good. Why does this happen? Because you are not in touch with yourself. So forget about liberation, forget about uh, achieving that balanced state of mind. If you cannot control your daily routines, if you cannot control your tongue, if you cannot control your sex organs, if you cannot control what is going on in your mind, forget about that dharana, dhyan, and samadhi, which is the last three limbs. So it all starts with you self discipline. That also includes what kind of foods that we eat. So yoga says that we have three gunas within us: sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic. Okay, we'll learn in detail later on what is sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic. But we all are comprised of the energy field within us. It has certain qualities, and all three are important for survival. It's not that you should be 100% sattvic. But, if you are not tamasic, then how will you sleep? And if you are not rajasic, how will you do your activity? But which guna is more dominant? That will determine your state of mind. So food, as they say, I learned here about food a lot in Rishikesh. I talked to my guru here. He was also here in the marriage ceremony, and we spoke in detail about the impact of food. So he also said the same thing what BK Shivan normally says, that "Jaisa an, वैसा मन." Okay. I was just going deeper into his, just like एक बच्चा बन के समझना चाह रहा था उनसे कि what kind of food does he eat, and if you want to achieve that balanced state of mind, what should you do? So these were my two questions to my guru here. So he prescribed me a diet like which is not very instigating, not very aggressive. So he told a sattvic diet, which is mostly made of fruits and raw foods. If you want to eat cooked, so he suggested me. So this is not a prescription for all. That Manish, have food without onion and garlic, because those contain certain chemicals which naturally makes you aggressive. That doesn't let you maintain that balanced state of mind that you are looking for. So I'll just give it a try for a few days and see how it goes, because yeah, they are good for health, they have certain good properties also. So this is what he suggested. And my second question to him is, how do you achieve that balanced state of mind? So what he told me that since you wake up at quite early, so don't start your study immediately. Okay, so before your study, always do some sitting practice, some kind of meditation or some kind of chanting. So start your day with some form of meditation. So जैसे हमने आज before the recording started, we just did approximately 2-3 minutes of sitting still, focusing on the breath, and then we chanted Om Namah Shivaya 6 times. That's it. So कि unless your body is still, what he said, unless your body is still, your mind cannot be still. It's like this water bottle. Can you look at this water bottle here? So just take the analogy that this bottle is our body, okay? And the water that is there inside, that is your chitta. If the bottle is always this, how is the chitta? Fluctuating, vrittis. What do yoga says? Yoga is controlling the fluctuations of the chitta, right? So if I want to control the chitta, what's the first step? I have to still the body. So this is what he suggested, that rather than just trying to learn more things, rather than just instigating your mind first thing in the morning, start your day in a very calm way. He talked a lot about acceptance. I was very surprised that gurus also nowadays speak this language of acceptance, how your behavior is with people around you. So he also spoke about same thing that we speak in the classes, that accept people, situations, and circumstances as they are. He spoke a lot about karmas, what actions we do with our hands. उन्होंने खाली hands की बात करी, that what actions we do with our hands, are they pure? What is your intention behind every activity you do? So unless you have control over these things, how can you achieve that balanced state of mind? So it's not a coincidence. I would say it was meant to be that I meet him, and uh, maybe God wants me to like explore yoga and Vedanta further. We spoke at length about Vedanta also, about the Vedanta philosophy of oneness, of uh, that we are all one, we are all connected. That how this attachment, the attachments that we have, which is the third klesha, the attachment to our own self, our self image, how that is also pulling us down, how is the not letting us stay in the present moment. So the next few months, years, lifetime, wherever we are with you, let's like start practicing. We all are in our adulthood. Most of us are in our 40s, 50s, 60s. Don't think that you will start tomorrow. What does the first Yoga Sutra speaks about? Atha, now. Now is the time. It's not if you say na ki I will start on 1st of January, or I'll start next month, or I'll start the program start hoga forever young on 1st of December. That is the time I will change. Believe me, that time will never come again. It's now that you decide. Let's start, and be very gentle with yourself. Don't be very judgmental, because certain we have certain tendencies, certain samskaras that we sometimes carry from our past lives also, and this life also, that we have been born and brought up in a certain way, in a certain lifestyle. So don't try to make any drastic changes overnight. But yes, if you can, definitely start implementing these things. Very simple practices. I told journaling, have moderation in food, your conduct, what time you sleep, what time you wake up. So right, I asked him what's the right time to wake up. So he told 4 a.m. Like 4 a.m. just wake up, Brahma Muhurat. That is the time when you get those thoughts, the state of mind that you're looking for. So it's a very important quality. It's a very important quality of a yogi, that he learns to wake up on time. That is not early, that is on time. That is known as Amrit Vela. Okay, this is also known as Amrit Vela. It's a very, very pure Ashwa. So if you are habituated to getting up at 6 or 6:30, please do 4 a.m. Okay, it should be a gradual process, that 15 minutes you just start preponing it, and then maybe one day you will be able to reach 4 a.m. But for that, you also have to sleep early. Okay, so you have to sleep by 9 or 10, then only. Also, if you are habituated to sleeping at 12 or 1, please don't wake up at 4 then. You will ruin your health. Sleep is also very important for health. A lot of healing happens when we sleep. Okay, so we will cover many sutras, many important sutras. going forward, the Yoga Sutras. Why I'm saying this in the Blue Zone project? So see, live long. I want to live 100 years, right? But what will you do? Hmm? What will you do? We don't have a purpose in life. We don't know why we are here. Hmm? So these things are very important. Unless you are very sure why do you want to live 100 years, you won't live 100. So Blue Zone project is not only about what you eat, how much you move, how that I can cover in one session and done. Blue Zone project is done. Unless you start implementing it day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute, second by second, every moment, every moment which is there in front of you is the truth, is the truth. Every thought that you get, your mind, आप समझो your mind is like a garden. आप समझ जाओ आपका जो mind है, that चित्त that speaks about, it's a garden. So anybody here who has a garden in their house, anybody here who has done gardening in the past, yeah, yeah. I think many have done gardening in the past, yeah. Hmm? So what if you sow the seed, suppose take a randomly a rose, okay, so what will come out of it? Hmm? A rose will come out, okay. If you sow the seeds of cactus, what will come out? Cactus. Similarly your mind, so what you put inside here will determine your future, will determine your life. Your entire life depends on the thoughts that you have. So that's where the importance of scriptures, that we have everything. We are lucky to born in India and so many gurus and so many faiths, so many religions, wherein there are prescriptions. Actually, there are prescriptions. You are taught how you should start your day, what you should eat, what should be your conduct, and everything is taught to us. But we like are running away from that and just trying changes on the outside. So if you just change your diet, if you just change your exercise, if you just change your sleep, you are only changing on the outside. That is just the personality ethic what Stephen Covey speaks about. I'm speaking here about the character ethic. Character ethic. That do you want to really change from within? That's the question. How strongly you want that balanced state of mind. That whatever happens on the outside, inside I'm calm. That it's like the ocean. Have you ever seen the surface of an ocean? Anyone? How is the surface of the ocean? It's always vibrating, third, 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 always some movement, always that vritti is there. But what happens when you go deep within? It is very calm, it is very serene, it is very still. Pin drop silence. You cannot listen anything. So this is how we should be because you cannot expect the world to change. So when you follow this path, don't expect that your life will become easy. As I think Jackie Chan or somebody said, Bruce Lee or Jackie Chan, I don't remember, that don't expect your problems to go away, or don't wish your problems to go away. Any any idea what did he say? Hmm? Any idea? Any guesses? Pray that, wish that you become stronger to face those problems. Just one last thing, what my guru said in Rishikesh, that somewhere, somehow, sometimes we feel that uh, what we want, what we want in life, वो हमें मिल नहीं रहा है. So we start losing faith in God. We believe that even God is not complete. Sometimes we get these feelings, especially when there is a death of a loved one, or you face a loss in business, or if anything doesn't go as per your wish, whims, and fancies. So it's not about how strong your God is or how strong your guru is. We spoke about guru, not God. We spoke about guru. So how strong your faith in your guru. That whoever your teacher can be anyone, even a child. How strong your faith in your teacher is. This is what is most important. The world is same for all. Why are some people happy? Why are some people sad? It's not about the money you have. You give me example of his shishyas. That shishyas have all the money in the world. They have farmhouses. They have huge bank balance, big companies, billionaires. But they are always worrying. So बोले आप तो दरिद्र हो. You are like a beggar. if you're always worrying in spite of having all the wealth in the world. And there are people, he told, who don't have anything, who live in a small house, but still they're always content, always happy, always in the moment. So who is more कौन ज्यादा अमीर है बोला कि so this, it's all about how we feel within. That is important. How we feel within. So for some people, it's just a journey of a minute that you get that realization, self-realization, and you are done. But mind is such, since we live in the world, when you go out, again, you will that you will not always get pure water in your garden. Okay, you go to office, your boss says something, you come to home, wife says something, there is stock market, ऊपर नीचे हो गया, आज ये हो गया. So this thing will go on. So daily practice is important. That's why it's not that एक बार आप समझ गए ना आपका हो गया. Daily practice. So that's why say na कि come to the classes, come to these classes, practice often, practice often. Why do I say this? Or anybody you follow, like Jeevan Jaj also. Every Thursday they have a beautiful session in the evening, 7 p.m. I will put a link in the group tomorrow. I think it's there tomorrow. Do attend these because your sangat, the kind of people you hang out with, that will that all that also has a major influence on the state of mind. So if you're always with people who drink, who smoke, who take drugs, or who eat junk food, or you are surrounded with junk food everywhere, you're bound to eat that. That priming, that food priming is there. That is why so many advertisements are going on. So they just like instigate you to have that. So be very careful of what kind of people also you hang out with. So any questions anybody has or any sharing from their life? Did you follow anything and you felt the change since many of you are there since almost 2 years now? Yeah, any many things we spoke about today about control or any practice that you do that helps you maintain that balanced state of mind rather than the things we spoke about. Mukesh, you want to share the experience? Vishal, yeah, Vishal.
I would just like to share where the last में आपने बोला, okay, that if we are surrounded with the kind of people, it automatically it impacts a lot. There is no doubt about it. But in terms of food, what I realized that if your why is super strong, because that what I am following, and I am like surrounded with people who's drinking all the time and having junks all the time. But still, what I felt is that if your why is super strong, okay, maybe it takes 2 or 3 months to make you stronger from inside. But after that, it doesn't matter that what kind of surroundings you have. So that way, we can make a difference here. Because in today's world, it's very difficult that we are not with those people. I cannot find the people who's always like me. So that way, we have to also know how to adjust with them.
Yes, very true. Like I said, the world will not be according to you. You will be surrounded by all kind of people. Let's not judge them also because they have their own
I mean,
journey.
I'm not judging,
Yeah,
like
I
that
know,
one
I
I'm
know.
saying
Yeah.
because
Yes,
right.
yes. No, 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 not for not about you, about in general. I'm saying not about Vishal. So thank you, Vishal, for sharing that his why is so strong. But I would say, Vishal, what has worked for you? You are very consistent in the classes also. I see. So once his mother was in hospital, he was on the terrace of the hospital and attending the classes. When he travels, he's doing his MBA from ISB Hyderabad. Still, he attends, try and attends the concept classes at least. कि चलो, that is like you are watering your plant daily. This is important, Vishal. I bet you stop attending these classes or any, just stop following, reading the books or scriptures. Within a month or two, you will be back to your old self. Because the mind is so strong within again. You can like tame it, you can control it, you can befriend it. It can be your best friend, it can be your worst enemy. Mind is such. It's very, very powerful. Come, let's stand up on the mat. Let's start our exercises.